Let's get to our next topic, guys. Before we do that, we need to remind you that August 26th is officially FanDuel Futures Day, a brand new holiday for football fans who live for bold predictions and preseason hunches. For just 24 hours, FanDuel is giving you deals on NFL season predictions, so whether you're calling your MVP, eyeing a long shot division winner, or ready to crown your Super Bowl champ before Week 1 even kicks off, this is your moment. Visit the FanDuel app today and start planning your futures bets now, because Futures Day is a one day only event. FanDuel, play your game when you want on America's #1 sportsbook.
You want to crown him? Go ahead and crown him. Let him off the hook.
Do it. So Tyvis said this the other day. You can't make the club in the tub. And that has stuck with me.
From the tub.
From the tub. And that has stuck with me ever since, Tyvis. I don't know if I'd ever heard it before.
Really?
Maybe I hadn't. I think I did in different terms. But it is a very appropriate saying for one Kenny Pickett, who once again we learned, Ken Stefanski told us yesterday, he will not play against the Rams in the team's preseason finale. So, Tyvis, I want to ask you this, and we'll start with you here. It appears by all indications Kenny Pickett is a lock to make the 53-man roster. But considering the fact that he hurt his hamstring prior to the first preseason game, has yet to be cleared for full 11-on-11 participation, will not play in any of the Browns' 3 preseason games, and they have 2 rookie quarterbacks they're trying to evaluate, and Joe Flacco has been named the starter, should Kenny Pickett be a lock to make the 53-man team? Should he?
I mean, given everything you just said, no, he shouldn't. But ultimately, it comes down to the fact of how much do you believe in those 2 rookie guys if something was to happen to Joe. And if he makes it, then that tells me that the confidence isn't all the way there with Dillon, Gabriel, or Shedeur Sanders. So that's your safety net, I should say. And just in case something happens to Joe Flacco, you're comfortable with Kenny Pickett in there. But if the rookies are ready to go, then no, there should be no reason why he's on this roster. That's my personal opinion.
Jason.
You guys keep putting me in a position where I have to talk up Kenny Pickett and defend Kenny Pickett.
Here we go.
No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to act like I love Kenny Pickett.
Just say what it is.
He was good. He was good enough to be the backup on the Super Bowl champions last year. He's a backup quarterback in the NFL. Let's not act like this guy's complete and total trash. He's not. Now, do I want him to be the starting quarterback on a team for the next 10 years? Absolutely not. But let's not pretend that he's got no body of work, no NFL tape, and he's not good enough to play in the NFL. Of course he's good enough to play over a couple of rookies. Yes. Of course he has a spot on this team for now. Yes. Now, 8, 9, 10 weeks from now, are we having a different conversation? Possibly. But, no, you can't make the club from the tub. Okay, fine. He hasn't been in the tub for the last 3 years of his career. And if Philly thought he was good enough to be the backup on a really competent, high-functioning team that won a Super Bowl, I think he can be one of the quarterbacks on a team that doesn't have a quarterback. I said it yesterday. From all indications, he was going to be the starting quarterback had he not gotten hurt. So how do we go from he was going to be the starting quarterback to he's completely off the roster? And no, I don't think these rookies are ready. We'll get into that, I think, in a couple minutes. But no, these rookies aren't ready to start right now. So you're going to carry the veterans until they're in position to play. But I just don't think we're at that point yet.
Let me ask you, you say that, given the fact that how reps is distributed during the regular season, how do you get the young guys?
I wrote that today.
Oh, well, make sure you go check that
out.
No,
I mean, it's
oh, you didn't put it out yet?
No, I did. But, that's kind of what I wrote is if Flacco's the starter – and Dillon is who Kevin wants, where's Shedeur's reps? We talked about yesterday on the show. Where I told Dustin, I'm like, if they're going to carry 4 quarterbacks on the team, what's he doing? And he goes, scout team. I said, then what's Dillon doing? He said, scout team. So you're basically taking the 2 rookies, and they're not even running the Browns' offense.
Correct.
In a couple of days.
That's a fact.
So I don't know how they're supposed to get elevated.
Well, they'll look at it as, so how scout team quarterback works is obviously you get the little cards and all those things, and yes, they will tell you that they want you to go here with the ball, but at the end of the day, your quarterback coach is telling you figure out what they in, make the right reads, throw the ball to where it's supposed to go. So, and then he's going up against the one defense, so he's going up against the best competition he'll see in practice. So ideally from that, it'll help him get better to where, okay, this guy's threading the needle against Denzel, or this guy's going to the right spots and they're trying to disguise coverage and all that. He's picking things up. So that it's a way for those guys to learn and get the speed of the game.
So I get the gist of what you're saying about Kenny Pickett, but those same Eagles just traded him for DTR.
They did. Yeah.
Okay, so
was he even the backup last year? Or was Tanner McKee the backup?
He was the backup.
No, Kenny was the backup.
Kenny was the backup.
well, they decided that they'd rather have Tanner McKee as their backup. Tanner McKee's thrown 45 NFL passes.
Who you think lost the trade in that?
The Browns gave up the pick.
I don't think there's any.
Why would you?
What did the Eagles get with the pick?
I'm saying, like, it wasn't just a quarterback for quarterback swap. There was
No,
a
I
pick
know that,
involved.
but the Eagles were saying. That,
So I'm telling Tyvus, like, probably the Browns lost it because they didn't include the pick.
The Eagles said, we have this Tanner McKee. He's only thrown 45 passes. He was a 6th-round draft pick. We think he's better than Kenny Pickett. We don't need Kenny
Hey,
Pickett.
Bull, when they had their Week 17 game where they started their backups,
Yeah.
McKee got the start for what it's worth. It wasn't Pickett.
Wasn't he hurt? Did Pickett get hurt last
How did he get hurt? How much did he play? Did he play, Pickett?
Pickett played 5 games through 42 passes.
Oh, did he?
McKee played 2 games through 45 passes. So McKee
Right.
actually threw more passes. I'm looking at the game log.
Yeah.
Pickett played a lot in the game against Washington when Jalen Hurts got knocked out of that game early.
Yeah. I think, Mike,
Becker said Pickett got hurt and McKee came in.
I don't need. Listen, Pickett was the backup, but they wanted to see what they had in McKee the last game, I'm sure. Right?
He said Pickett got hurt. That's why McKee went in.
Okay. Well,
so Pickett
anyway,
was the
and
backup. You were right.
They saw enough in that one game with McKee that they said he's better than Pickett. Did
Well,
they not?
What years?
I mean, now you could argue, they also had McKee for a couple of years,
Okay.
whereas Pickett's going to be a free agent after this year. But the Eagles are trying to win a Super Bowl.
Yep.
They decided that Tanner McKee was a better option at backup quarterback than Kenny Pickett. And we don't know if Tanner McKee can play either. He was a 6th-round pick. So Kenny Pickett, to me, is a nothing. Is he a backup quarterback in the NFL? Sure. He's a guy who'll probably be a backup quarterback in the NFL.
For a long time.
He'll be the latest list of guys that, he's a backup. He's going to start here and there. Nobody wants him to be their starter because he's going to be one of the worst starters in the league. He'll be a fine backup. He'll play a good game or two here and there, and that's it. So, to me, I would keep him because the Browns have made it obvious that they don't believe either of the rookies is ready to play. Because if either of the rookies was ready to play, in their opinion, why wouldn't they be playing?
History indicates the rookies aren't ready to play. How often does the 3rd and 5th round pick start?
Almost
week 1?
never.
Almost. I looked it up. It's
Right.
like 4 guys.
Dakota Prescott.
He was one.
Russell Wilson.
And that was out of
Wilson.
injury.
Yeah, because Tony Romo got hurt.
Russell Wilson.
Russ is like the only one that actually earned the job.
Yeah.
And like did something with it.
Yeah.
He's the only one. Kyle Orton, because the other dude got hurt, I think
Yeah.
in Denver, and there was a 4th. I wrote it down. It was Orton. It was
Yeah.
Russ.
Yeah, it's rare.
It's very rare for
Right.
a 3rd and a 5th round pick.
Exactly.
Purdy.
But Jason,
Brock Purdy played.
Not
this-
week 1.
Not week 1.
But
no.
if Kevin Stefanski thought he was ready, either of the guys,
They play him.
they'd play him.
Yes.
Why wouldn't you?
Yes.
They'd be.
Chris Wenke was the other one.
Oh,
drafted
my
in the 4th.
God.
Drafted in the 4th
Yeah.
Talking about a
round.
blast
Started
from the
right
past.
away and
That's
went
it.
1-15.
So
It's
if
the
you
4th round.
believe
the
that neither
Panthers
rookie,
with 1-15 with Chris
yeah.
Wenke.
Chris Wenke.
guys, if you think
Dang.
neither quarterback is ready, neither rookie is ready to play, and you don't want to put them in harm's way, so you're starting Joe Flacco, well, then you have to have Kenny Pickett because if Joe Flacco gets hurt in the first few weeks, you got it. Those guys are not ready to play, so I got to play Kenny Pickett.
And by the way, he's 40. He's probably going to get hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's also you got to look at it from along the lines of therefore the beginning of their schedule is tough.
Yeah.
It's going to be very tough, and like I said, it'd be tough to throw a rookie in there and expect them to just succeed and look great.
Right.
Granted, if they do, like great, but nobody's anticipating that to happen when you look at those first few games. If something was to happen to Joe, so it's literally just insurance if Joe goes down. But my thing is the development part, like is scout team enough?
I don't know. You would know better than us. You tell us.
Scout team is fine because you're going up against the ones, but
Well, how else are they supposed to develop? I mean, what are there's,
but you're throwing to practice squad
Right.
guys and stuff.
But, like, what do you want the Browns to do? Like, what should they do in this situation?
That's why this preseason was very, very important because the reps is going to be diminished.
Yeah.
The problem with where the Browns are and what they're trying to do, when you have, whether it's a third or a fifth round pick, when you have a developmental guy, you're supposed to bring him along slowly, right? And you're supposed to let him start on practice squad or on scout team. It's fine because you're not counting on him for this year anyway, and you let him progress slowly. The problem with the Browns is there's not an established veteran in front of him. If they had a guy toward the end of his career and you were grooming either Shedeur or Dillon to take over 2 or 3 years from now, there's no rush on this. The problem is they don't have that guy. Right. So they have 1 year to figure out what they want to do because they're going to take a quarterback in the first round next year. So that's why the clock is speeding on them more so than it is in a normal situation where if you have a guy that you're trying to see what he can do, give him a scout team for 3 or 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, the entire year. It doesn't matter because then next year he's going to be a little bit better. And then the following year, the Browns don't have that kind of time because of where they're at and where they're going. So that's why this is so, to me, that's why this is so discombobulated because
it's the combination of no established quarterback, you drafted 2 rookies, and you're likely to be bad enough to be able to get a rookie quarterback in next year's draft.
That you do.
It's a very unique circumstance, which means they really need to play both rookies, I think, at some point this year.
They do.
But when
Jimmy
is that
said
time?
they were going to. Has them said, we're going to see them because you have to. You have to see that. You have to know what you have, so you know what you're going to do next year. Although I told Mike this morning, they're taking a quarterback next year. Period. They are taking a quarterback in the first round next year. Full stop.
I just think it's funny because this year, this is gonna be one of them years that we gonna get to the end of this season. The ultimate goal of this season is to find out if you got the quarterback or if you need to go get the quarterback. We're gonna get to the end of this season and have no clue. That's what's going to happen.
I guess it depends how much those
That's
those
exactly
rookies play.
what's going to happen. We're not going to know really
if the Browns,
about the other two, Dillon, Gabriel, and Shedeur. We're not going to have a really
the truth is, if the Browns end up in a position to take the best or say second best quarterback in next year's draft,
they're going to take him.
That guy is seems to be a no-brainer, they're going to take him no matter what.
So let me ask you this. Just let's fast forward. Let's say that does happen.
Yeah.
Is he the week 1 starter?
100%.
That's mess. So these two we just go.
That's it. Goodbye. That's the way it works.
All of these wars that people have been waging for the last
the Dillon, Gabriel versus Shedeur.
It ain't gonna matter. A year from now, ain't nobody gonna be talking about it.
Probably not. By the way, I think the Jaguars are going to be surprisingly good this year.
Because we have they pick. That's why.
I think they're not going to be as bad as people think.
They're going to make the playoffs.
They're my surprise team. Jacksonville and Carolina, my 2 surprise teams.
Well, they were just in the playoffs 2 years ago.
Yeah. But they were terrible last year.